In the aftermath of their harrowing journey through the Abyss Forbidden Zone, Rick and Sparrow make their way through the ruined streets of Liven City. Once a thriving metropolis, the city now lies in decay, overrun by zombies and desolation. As Rick rides his bike through the crumbling streets, his thoughts are filled with the haunting memories of his ex-wife's betrayal. She left him when the outbreak began, abandoning him during his time of need. The emptiness of the city mirrors Rick's inner turmoil, and Sparrow's silent, loyal presence is the only thing that keeps him grounded. Their journey leads them to the imposing gates of Merve Castle, an ancient and eerie structure steeped in dark history. Rumors of strange disappearances and twisted creatures have long surrounded the castle, but Rick is determined to uncover the secrets within. As they enter the castle, the air is thick with dust, and the silence is broken only by the faint echo of their footsteps. The Grand Hall is in ruin, with evidence of infection even in this ancient fortress. Within the castle, Rick and Sparrow discover a holographic recording from a princess recounting the fall of the castle, revealing that her newlywed groom was the first to succumb to the infection. Just as they begin to process this disturbing history, they are attacked by a monstrous hybrid, a grotesque creature with the body of a man and the pincers of a scorpion. The battle is intense, but Rick's precision and quick thinking allow him to defeat the creature, reducing it to a heap of twisted flesh. The silence returns, and Rick and Sparrow leave the castle behind, their journey far from over. The echoes of the fallen linger in the castle's abandoned halls, and the mystery of Merve Castle remains unsolved. As they ride into the unknown, the past continues to haunt Rick, leaving him to wonder what other dark secrets the world holds. This episode deepens Rick's internal struggles with his past, while also revealing more of the dark, twisted world they must survive in. The chilling atmosphere of Merve Castle and the intense battle with the creature are just a glimpse of the dangers that lie ahead. Rick adjusts the strap he settles onto his bicycle. Sparrow, as always, sits silently behind him, her calm presence a steadying force against the chaos of the world around them. Without exchanging words, Rick starts the bike, its soft hum breaking the eerie silence of the streets. They weave through the decayed remnants of Liven City, passing crumbling buildings and abandoned vehicles. The oppressive atmosphere is heightened by the faint groans of zombies in the distance, but Rick's focus remains unshaken. His thoughts, though heavy, are set on the destination ahead, the Grand Theater, a place that once stood as a beacon of art and culture in a vibrant city. After a tense ride, the imposing structure of the Grand Theater emerges from the mist. Its façade, though battered and weathered, still bears an air of former grandeur. Rick brings the bike to a stop, his eyes scanning the building's intricate details, now marred by time and neglect. Sparrow dismounts silently, her gaze fixed on the theater's grand entrance.
The source's energy signal is coming from the center of the Grand Theater. Be careful, guys!
Rick pushes open the heavy entrance doors of the Grand Theater, the creak echoing through the empty halls. The once beautiful lobby is now a shadow of its former self, ornate chandeliers hang cracked and dusty, and faded posters of past performances cling to the walls like forgotten memories. As they step inside, the groaning of nearby zombies cuts through the silence. Rick wastes no time. With a squeeze of the trigger, his flamethrower ignites, sending a wave of fire across the room. The undead stumble and collapse in writhing heaps, their groans fading into ash and smoke. Sparrow watches quietly, her sharp gaze scanning the room for movement. Rick moves forward, pressing a gloved hand against the door to the corridor. It swings open, revealing a long hallway lined with glass showcases. Inside, remnants of the theater's history are displayed, old costumes, masks, and golden trophies, now covered in dust. As Rick advances down the corridor, more zombies shuffle into view, drawn by the crackling flames. With swift precision, he unleashes another stream of fire, reducing them to smoldering piles along the hallway floor. The glow of the flames flickers across the glass, casting distorted reflections that dance along the walls. The corridor leads them to a dressing room, its door barely hanging on its hinges. Inside, Costumes from past performances hang on rusted racks, untouched by time. Rick's eyes fall on an elaborate prince costume, white with intricate golden borders. He pulls it on over his gear, adjusting the jacket as best he can. Sparrow steps to a different rack, her gaze locking onto a red dancer's dress shimmering faintly beneath the dust. She slips into it without hesitation. The fabric clings to her form, the soft red silk flowing with each step she takes. In the faint glow of the room, the outfit makes her appear striking, like she's stepped out of another era entirely. Rick.
There are a few costumes left here. Each costume is for a character. Dress up! You'll need it someday. You guys look great in these costumes.
Is over his shoulder, briefly taken aback by her transformation, but Sparrow only nods, ready to move on. With flamethrower in hand, Rick leads the way, burning down any zombies that shamble too close. Their footsteps echo as they advance through the ruined theater, the firelight reflecting off the cracked mirrors and faded murals along the walls. Finally, the grand double doors to the main stage come into view. Rick pushes them open, revealing the darkened expanse of the theater. Rows of empty seats stretch out before them, and the stage lies ahead, veiled in shadows. They step forward, their footsteps ringing hollow against the wooden floor of the stage. Rick pauses in the center, casting his gaze out over the silent theater. Sparrow stands beside him, the soft fabric of her dress shifting slightly in the cold air.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Nothing is truly good or bad. Only thinking makes it so. She was a human like you. What a pity. We'll forget her before long. It's easy to forget those who aren't around you. Ugliness hides behind the sublime. Beauty and ugliness coexist, as do light and darkness. They can stay with each other forever now. There's a thalamus clue here. Check it out! Rebecca used to perform here. She would have been an outstanding singer if the infection hadn't broken out. There's a secret entrance where the thalamus clue was. Let's go down.
How stupid, Joseph! You think you can hide them all?
There's no use threatening me.
We'll see. You'll pay for this. Levin City is gonna...
I didn't think Joseph is still in touch with the Heimdall organization. Someone is crying up ahead. Let's meet up there. The strong source signal is coming from here. Beware of the giant monster in front of you.
The final hall looms ahead, its grand entrance draped in heavy curtains torn and faded by time. Rick pushes them aside, stepping into the vast chamber with Sparrow close behind. The ceiling stretches high above, cracked and dotted with remnants of old stage lights. A soft, unsettling hum fills the air, followed by the slow descent of a massive creature from the shadows above. Its form resembles a grotesque butterfly, wings torn and pulsating with infected veins, and large, glowing eyes that fixate on Rick and Sparrow as it spreads its monstrous wings. Without hesitation, Rick fires at the creature's wings while Sparrow maneuvers to its side, dodging its deadly swoops. Flames from Rick's weapon lick at the air, searing the beast as it shrieks, shaking the entire hall. The battle rages, with Sparrow striking at the creature's legs as Rick delivers a final, blazing shot to its chest. With a thunderous crash, the infected butterfly collapses, dissolving into smoldering ash beneath their feet. In the quiet aftermath, Rick turns to Sparrow. Her red dress shimmers faintly, highlighting the striking figure she cuts against the firelit ruins. Without thinking, Rick steps forward and pulls her into a firm hug. Sparrow doesn't resist. In that moment, they stand together, bound by victory and the rare comfort of each other's presence. Rick's white and gold outfit, singed from the battle, glows faintly in the dim light. With a shared glance, they silently step out of the grand theater, leaving the ashes of the past behind.